After a 6-week wait, the 2-ounce proof Queen's Beast 10 coin set replacement, restrike, whatever you want to call it, has come back to me from the Royal Mint. Definitely a marked improvement, but unfortunately there are still a few issues on some of these coins, which has led me to a rather sad decision. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to all joining me for this week's edition of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver and gold. And today we're actually doing a revisit on the Queen's Beast 2-ounce 10 coin proof set. A little bit of a mouthful to get out, but it has been restruck by the Royal Mint. It's been replaced, restruck. Many different questions in my mind about this series and this set. If you've not seen the first video that I put out, where we really were let down massively by the Royal Mint's quality control with a damaged box and coins that had milk spots and scratches on them as well, then I'd highly recommend you go and check that video out. There's a link down in the description below. But they have got a new set to me. Now, this whole situation has been managed by an account manager that I have now with the Royal Mint, because apparently I've spent enough money with the Royal Mint this year to qualify for an account manager. And that whole process has been very good. It's nice to have somebody there at the other end of an email that can actually tell you what's going on, tell you about the process, how it's all going to run and work, and give you those updates, which is wonderful. So that's good. Well done, Royal Mint. But that's not for everybody, because of course I have spent an awful lot of money with the Royal Mint, and not everybody can or does. So it's great in that we've got this set back, but also, sadly, there are a few issues on the set's coins, which I will be showing to the best of my ability. That they are small. Now, I will concede this to the Royal Mint, that they have certainly done a better job this time round on this set than the first one. However, it's not perfect. Also, from my own personal kind of feedback, this whole experience has somewhat mired and spoiled the set as well. And for me, I really did want this to be something that I would enjoy and have for a long time, and to be perfect, to hold value for a long time and then increase in value if they are as good as they can be. But I have noticed a few issues on a couple of the coins, which, you know, some might say are slightly nitpicky, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is that an individual is happy with the coin purchases they make, the quality of the coin purchases as well, and these are sadly just not for me. So they will be going back to the Royal Mint for a refund. I'm not going to try my luck at a third time to get another set either restruck or made. You know, it's time to part with this. And I also do think that the sentiment for this whole set has mired generally on the second-hand market. I think when they were announced, there was this whole expectation of incredible excellence for what this set would be and what it would represent, and, you know, potentially even a flipping opportunity for short-term profit. But that has, I think, somewhat mired as well. I think a lot of people are very, very wary of buying this set on the second-hand market, because there probably will be a lot of people who will just be looking to cash out of it. Perhaps they've held it for a little bit too long to send back to the Royal Mint for their guaranteed refund, and, you know, that's sad, and there will be people who are wary of it. So yeah, that's the situation we're in. Now, one thing that I want to point out and notice is that my COA, my Certificate of Authenticity, the serial number has changed. I had number 166 before, I now have number 234. And now that doesn't seem like a massive issue. Okay, the change of number is there, it's happened. There are many different reasons why that could have happened, but from my perspective, what that actually looks like is that there has been, of course, a lot of coin sets returned to the Royal Mint, and they have maybe just popped them all into a, you know, big pile and then gone, right, well, we need to replace this one. This one looks good. That box is fine. That COA is fine. Let's maybe mix and match a few little coins here and there, and then maybe we'll restrike some of them. I don't know. I'm not making any formal accusations, but certainly from what I had expected from my account manager to say that, you know, returning the coin, you know, then you can obviously have that exact set and you can look to then you know, if we don't restrike it, you'll have the options of having those particular coins back so you don't miss out, or you can have, you know, a refund, blah, blah, blah. To have a completely different serial number says to me that perhaps, you know, it was very much like the former. They just put everything that came back in a big pile and then have kind of disseminated it out again to other people. Now, you know, it does make one think that, have I just got somebody else's return set? You know, again, no formal accusations being pushed or made about them not restriking the coins. I was told that they would be restriking my particular set. Whether that's happened, I will never truly know, and one would hope that the Royal Mint are not just flat out lying about that, and you know, it would be pretty serious if they were. But at the end of the day, it does kind of mire it a little bit more, which is never quite what you want to see. In terms of the improved quality, though, there is definitely a marked improvement on these coins. So whether or not they have just sort of picked and got the perfect coins out there, you can see some little rim lips there on that one, which is something I noticed straight away. My eyes kind of drew straight to it. Don't know quite how that would affect things like grading and perfection of you know, grading PF70s, things like that. But again, it's just something that I noticed straight off the bat, which, like, all the coins don't have that. If they all had that at the same point, then it would be something that I would be able to live with, but they don't. You know, there are a few of these coins that have got milk spots. It's going to be incredibly difficult to show them. I think there's, I seem to remember from the Bull had one just about here. It's a very small one, but again, if it's there right now, you don't know what other milk spots are going to be coming out in the near future either. And there is actually one coin with a scratch on it that is here on the lion between his paw and the lion itself. You can see there that little line. That is most certainly a mark on the coin, not the capsule. It's, you know, that's the biggest issue that I've seen on these coins so far, that scratch there. But again, it's something that I can see very easily with the naked eye. In fact, when I just opened the set, it was one of the first coins I saw and saw that look, and I was like, ugh. And again, that whole experience is just not something that I am, you know, massively keen on, which is just frustrating. From memory, there was another milk spot on the Greyhound. I'm just trying to look through the view. It's very difficult to film and look through the the sort of the viewfinder at the coins. There is a little mark underneath the tail there on that particular coin, and maybe there was a milk spot on the other side, or you know, there were certainly at least 4 of the 10 coins that had milks, and then there's this one that has that scratch on there as well. I've also noticed that there are a bunch of little of these sort of black marks. You can see there. I've seen a couple of other people talking about these little marks on the coins that have come up from you know, their restrikes or supplied sets. So it's just this little imperfection there, which I'm not sure what's going on, whether that's a little bit of fluff or dirt. One of the things that was very well talked about in the first run of these, the first release, was the amount of little black fibers that were in these sets, and it almost seemed like somebody had done, you know, they'd shaved their beard or something right over the sets as they were being packaged. And a lot of people had this sort of, you know, stuff inside the coin capsules too. Not good at all, but that does seem to have been rectified somewhat. I think the culprit was probably these little velvet things here, whether there was just a bunch of different fibers still on them from the manufacturing. I definitely noticed that on a few of my coins, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as some others. Now, I seem to have definitely got a pretty good set relative to other people. I've seen a few people on places like the forum and various other social media platforms who have been showing off their returned and replaced sets, and not good news on some of those people's sets as well. So for me, it is the decision, the hard decision to make. I did and ah about it because I do love this set, and it's not just about making some money on it. That was always a nice backup to have, but I think a lot of you will know that I absolutely am infatuated with all things Queen's Beast, and certainly over this last 5 years they've been pretty much the thing that's defined my bullion stack. And to have the proof versions, to have the perfect, you know, finish to the series in these 2 ounce to match the bullions would have been a pretty incredible thing to have. So it is with a heavy heart that I don't think that these are right for me to keep. You know, it's sad, but it has. That decision has been made. It's, you know, the whole set has been somewhat, you know, mired for me in terms of collectability, desirability, and investability for the future as well. So, you know, it's a sad thing, but it's at least good that I say we in the Backyard Bullion household, are still within obviously the refund period. We can get this sent back and refunded very easily to the Royal Mint, and I mean, kudos to the Royal Mint. They've done a good job in replacing this set and not having it completely awful like the first time. The box here is definitely a damn sight better. There's no big dings, dents and scratches like there were in the first time round. So it does certainly seem like quality is better and improved. And certainly on the coins as well. My set is, 9 out of 10. It's close to being very good. If there wasn't that scratch on the white lion, I might be able to put myself living with the set. But I have, as I said, come to that decision to leave it and to return it. So, it is what it is. I think you've got to be, it's so important with anything like this when you're putting, ultimately this is £1,800 worth that I've been out of pocket with for 7 or 8 weeks now, waiting for this coin set to A, be delivered, and then B, to be re-delivered and remade. That's a lot of money to have locked up and away, not being able to use on other things, not be able to actually release if you needed. In this last 6 weeks period, I was not able really. I suppose I could have probably got a refund if I changed my mind and got in touch with the account manager, but ultimately it's not easy money to release from, and it has to be good. It has to be good, especially when you're spending that kind of money on it. So yeah, that's my experiences with this. I will finish this video with some positives. So, the quality control for the Royal Mint, that's a subject that I've talked about before, and there are bits of evidence here to say that they're perhaps paying attention. The amount of people that have had issues with this set, it's impossible for the Royal Mint not to have noticed. And I do hope that the Royal Mint takes on board the feedback, not just from myself, but all of the other people out there that have bought this set and have been disappointed by it the first time round and indeed the second time round, that you need to get better. Milk spots on coins are not acceptable in this 21st century of coin production. There are plenty of private mints around the world that manage to produce coins without milk spots, and for what is supposed to be the world's premier mint to do that is also not acceptable. Quality control needs to improve as well, and I do think that it's generally improving. We've not got a box with a big ding and dent in it, but even 6 weeks ago I was shipped a box that had a giant crack in one of the corners, and you got a coin here with a pretty visible defect and scratch on it there. I mean, it's not difficult to see that. It comes out pretty quickly for any kind of coin aficionado that sees it. So 1 coin out of 10, maybe I'm being a little bit picky, but I said at the end of the day, it's the most important thing to have it as good quality as possible, as perfect a quality as possible. And sadly for me, it just doesn't tick that box. So that is the story of the 2-ounce Queen's Beast Completer set. It will be going back to the Royal Mint. It's a sad time to not have this set in my life, but I will probably get over it and move on with life. There are plenty of other exciting things to look at and to see coming out from the Royal Mint. I have no doubt in the future. We'll see what happens for later in the year when there's the 10-ounce Queen's Beast Completers. I don't know if they'll be doing a Bullion, a Bullion and a Proof. I think they'll definitely be doing a Bullion version. That is going to be a coin that I want to see. The Queen's Beast Completer in kilo is incredible. I think the 10-ounce would be quite cool as well. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section on this whole situation. Do you have one of these sets? Have you had issues as well? Are you returning? Are you getting a refund? Are you going to have a third try at perfection? I'm certainly not, and I'd love to know your thoughts, so comment down below, and if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, share it around on your social media. That would be fantastic. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend ahead. We'll see you on the next video, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.